I here just open the chat. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Town Hall number 14. It has been a minute and a half. Atlas, if you're in the audience, just raise your hand to get on stage. I'm not able to see him. Rumor, if you can just reach out to him. If he's in, you can just add him into the stage as well. But thanks everyone for joining in. We have a healthy turnout today. It is amazing to see 72 people and growing right now from initial town halls where we would have 4 or 5 people join in apart from us to now, so many people joining in. It is super exciting. We're going to kick off in a couple of minutes. Thanks everyone for joining in. I am going to cue the intro music as usual, and we will start in a couple of minutes. Say hello in chat if you're new, if you haven't been to one of these town halls before. Introduce yourself to the community. Let us know who you are. Talk about yourself. Start talking to the rest of the community. We'll start in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. And as always, if you're up to it, please punch in where you are in the world and what time is it for you. We're here in India and it's 9 p.m.
Sorry.
Yeah, that timed in quite well.
No, Discord has changed its layout and the play button is hidden under your thumbnail. So I'm not able to stop the track once it starts. So yeah, I'll just cue the music. Okay, that was an abrupt ending to that. I still gotta nail. I gotta nail the music cues on this intro song. All right, so I think we have a good amount of people who've joined in. Again, welcome everybody to Town Hall number 14. As always, this call is being recorded. We will be posting this call within the next 24 to 48 hours, along with the synopsis. So if you didn't catch this call, don't worry, you will get a recording of this call later. My name is Don. We are joined today by Karam, Shubendu, and Rumor. You know us all. Super excited to get into this town hall. So a couple of things. This town hall is generally 1 hour long. That's how we like to, keep it going. Make sure to ask your questions in chat. Click on the hand icon on the top right. It'll open the chat. Ask your questions over there. We have a team of amazing answerers who will answer your questions, and we will also be answering your questions at the end of the call. So make sure to ask your questions. We're super excited to be answering them. The agenda for today, what are we talking about today? We're going to quickly be running through the state of the network, some of the wins for the network, what has been going good, some of the exciting things that I'm sure most of you have already seen across our socials in the community, so on and so forth. We have some exciting announcements there. And the topic that everyone has been eagerly in waiting and in anticipation for. We're going to be talking more about TGE, what are the plans coming up, and how are we going to go about this. So super excited to get into this and to have this town hall with you guys. So let's jump straight into it. The first thing to talk about in the state of the network is stats are up and to the right. It has been an exciting couple of months. We have seen metrics just grow across the board, from the number of LCOs that we have onboarded that are the deployers of our network, and Shubs is going to talk a bit more about that, next. From the number of hotspots sold, the amount of data that's being consumed, the amount of people that have been connecting to the network. We're just seeing amazing growth across the network, more people accessing it, more people using data, which is an amazing trend to see as we're approaching TGE. Karam and Shubs, would you like to talk a little bit about this growth that we've been seeing over the last couple of months? Why is this so exciting?
Yeah, thanks, Don. So, hey, first off, hi, everybody. Welcome to the town hall. Like Don said, I'm very excited to finally kick off the road to TGE and one step at a time. Yeah, I think what this indicates is really more than anything product market fit over the next 12 months and a great sense of growth. The machine is now in place. Now it's entirely this game of acceleration. All the graphs that you're seeing are going up and to the right. What you're going to see over time is they're going to get steeper and more vertical. We've got the infrastructure in place. We've got the LCOs in place. We've got a lot of the testnet done. So as we build up to this TGE, you're going to see a dramatic growth in numbers, and you're just going to see that get faster and faster over time. We're crazy excited. This is the best that we could have hoped for, and we're really kicked off to now really take on the massive market that there is to come. This is just like a 0.5%. But yeah, super excited. Tubes, want to throw anything in there?
The Hey everyone, the growth has been steady and it's been growing as Karan mentioned. And the exciting part about the thing is the numbers that we wanted to hit before the TGE reach those numbers, whether it's the number of hotspots sold, the deployment side, which essentially directly relates to the on-chain burn because it's all related to how much tokens will be burnt on-chain revenue getting burned basically. Those numbers will be absolutely met and are in line with our TGE timeline. We'll be going to be talking more about that down this town hall today. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just super exciting, right? Just to see that, you know, the fundamentals of the business and the project, right? That we're seeing those fundamentals growing, which is very important. That there is a product that people are using, consumers are consuming, and that means good things for the network at large. And this is just exciting, especially with, a lot of the updates that we're going to be sharing. What Shubs is going to be diving into next are just some great indicators for the network to come. So moving on to the next topic, which is deploy, deploy, deploy. Shubs has some exciting stuff to share about. The teams have been hard at work, to make sure that we have deployments up and running, that we have more consumers joining in. So Shubs, I'll just hand it over to you. Let us know how that's going. What can you tell us about this?
No, exciting numbers over there to share and talk about. This, what we're looking at is all about the LCOs, how many partners we have achieved, what sort of pipeline we're maintaining to onboard the LCOs in the next 3 months, essentially next quarter. The team is led by Shrikant, Basu, and Rahul. They're doing a fab job in rolling out this in front, partnering with the right LCOs. We have our process defined. We have a very stable process to onboard the LCOs, and the way we are vetting them and bringing them online. The tech team, Adi, Knox, Chan, and everyone is doing a fab job to seamlessly onboard the partners onto the platform. The billing financial modules, the OSS, BSS stack is now in place, up and running, and getting integrated with every partner that we are onboarding. To talk about the specific numbers, we have 7 partners live. They have a total deployment size of 14,000, out of which 12,000 is with Dabba. You'll see this number, which is on dashboard, which you see is 5,000 change versus the 12,000, which has been now onboarded is on the testnet. This would be integrated very soon on the dashboard. These numbers will be reflecting on the dashboard very soon. In the month of July, the next 4 are going to be going live with us. They would be bringing another 3,000 hotspots with us on chain, and the remaining network of the 5,000 that they're running the brownfield network that would be onboarded soon. They have a home pass. I'll come to the home pass concept. The next is the vetted process, the LCOs which have been talking to us, and we have done the first preliminary vetting of those LCOs. We have a healthy pipeline of that. We also have a good 14 other leads that we are talking to and will be bringing on in the next 4 to 5 months. So we have a sufficient supply of LCO, right LCO partners. We have spoken to more than 200 of them in the last few months, out of which we would be onboarding around 50 in the first run, which will give us a healthy count of around 67,000 hotspots on chain. Our goal at the time of TGE is crossing 16 to 17,000 hotspots. We are very well comfortably placed in terms of the onboarding, making sure we have the right revenue, the right ARR required in order to hit the numbers that we are looking to hit for maintaining the project FTVs and the market capitalizations. There is a concept of called home passes. So when a LCO partner lays fiber on ground, the home pass is a concept. How many homes does that fiber crosses through? So if you look at the current partners that we have, 7 partners, they have a total of 120,000 home passes, out of which 14,000 have been connected. So it's almost roughly around 11% of folks have taken subscription from our LCO partners so far. So if we were to convert that 11% to 20%, we will be incurring incremental cost of deployment, which is fiber cost is going to be very less for us. We have existing infra over there. We are just going to be pushing our marketing and right messaging over there to double those numbers. So that's what a home pass means. How many homes are covered with the existing fiber that the LCO partner is running on ground? So if you look at overall, we have a healthy home pass of more than 6 lakhs, 500,000 home passes that we have. So if we were to grow just within these 47 LCO partners for the next 12 months, we would be hitting our 100,000 goal pretty comfortably. But that is not the idea. The idea is to push all the buttons and grow much faster at the right markets with the right consumers out there. So as far as the deployment is concerned, we are on track. We are hitting the right metrics. We are partnering with the right people and bringing them on chain. So very exciting days. Next 2 months are going to be very exciting from the numbers that will start popping up on the Explorer as all these stats gets integrated over there. So yeah. very excited.
Nice. I like Fafu's comment. TM has been cooking for real, for real. Yeah. It just goes to show, right? Just, laying this foundation is what is very, very important. I think sometimes we kind of ignore that, what is really important is to make sure that, this connectivity is expanding, that there's more people who can get access to this connectivity and make sure it's working. That is kind of, the bare bones of the network. That's what's going to really help really expand the network. So super exciting days to come, especially with more deployments, more consumers, more burn once we go live. So yes, more deployments, and the next couple of months are going to be super, super exciting, especially for deployments. uh, Moving on, many of you would have seen we got featured by Misari again. A super exciting deep dive into our data room. You guys would have seen the data room that we published a couple of weeks back that Misari, picked up and wrote a piece about. If you guys haven't seen it, check out the announcements page. Rumor or one of the guys can probably link to that within Discord, so you guys can check it out. But this is super exciting. This is a great indicator, especially as we're approaching TGE, to see these kind of ecosystems and these kind of research members coming on board, talking about what we're doing, who we are, and really diving into the details. Shubs and Karam, you want to talk a little bit just about the data room and some of the stuff that we put out there, especially since you
Yeah,
guys have been working so hard on that.
no, for sure. Thank you for pausing on this for a second before we get to the other stuff. It's really important that when we do the TGE, the fundamentals are clear of this is what the project does, this is what the main concepts are, and this is why it's a fundamentally strong thing that's being bought to deepen simply because of the demand and that sort of thing. So we forget, I think, that a lot of times we're in a deep in echo chamber and a little bit of also a crypto echo chamber by and large. So one of the, and I think Don will get to lessons in marketing later as he talks about things, but one of the things that we've learned is just spreading the word of what we do and talking about the solid fundamentals of the project result in a massive amount of participation, both from people buying hotspots and LCOs and partners and other things. So this Masari report is an excellent sort of first sample for you to show you how we are going to make sure that there's enough of a knowledge base that cover the fundamentals as possible, so that when TGE happens, people have a clear picture on what is the project, what are its key fundamentals, and what are its key values. So, yeah, I think I'm really excited about this, and I look forward to showing you the other stuff that's also going to be coming your way, and everyone else's way about fundamentals education, basically knowledge-based building.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, these are great kind of indicators, especially as we're just like Karam said, right? Um, Focusing on fundamentals. And I like how you pointed out, that I can talk a little bit about the lessons we've learned in marketing over the last couple of months. And nail on the head, right? One of the most important things we realized is, if we stick to our guns and just talk about strong fundamentals, that's not something you can make up. It's real. It's something that means a lot to the network, a lot to the business, a lot to what we're going to be achieving over the next couple of months, and especially as we're heading towards TGE. So indicators like this and signals like this are very, very important to us as a network. It really helps the broader ecosystem also understand more about our business model and what we're building as well, as more people like Misari kind of dive into our fundamentals. Someone in chat just called out, links, check the links that are being posted. Only click on links if you see it posted by a Dabba team member. You will see the Dabba icon, the logo next to a Dabba team member's name. So only if you see that, make sure you click on those links. Rumor, am I getting that right? Is there anything else to look out for links? Just want to make sure that people are not clicking on spam.
Yeah, announcing putting the links which are already there in the channel. So no fresh links, just follow our announcement and notes. If you click on the link, you will go directly over there and can join in.
Yes. So, guys, to be on the safe side for spam, the community is growing. There's a lot more people on our channels, now as opposed to before. Just to be on the safe side, follow links from our official channels within Discord. So, look at node notes, look at the announcement channels, and only click on links from those channels, just to be careful for spam. All right, moving on to the next topic. Ooh, this is an exciting announcement that you will start seeing, more details of in the coming days. But yes, we have another 5K enterprise deal nailed down. You will see these numbers grow on the on the Explorer. Shubs, do you want to talk a little bit about this enterprise deal and what this means to the network?
Yes, very excited to talk about the second big deal that we have signed up. So another 5,000 hotspots are going to be deployed by a single hotspot buyer. It's an enterprise deal which will bring our total count of hotspots sold before even announcing the TGE date, crossing 18,000 mark, which I think the entire team has done a phenomenal job. It's no mean feat when it comes down to working out of India, building this product for the white audience essentially, and reaching those numbers before even announcing a TGE date. I think team deserves a pat on the back for achieving those numbers. Shows the testament that the fundamentals are really strong of the project. People have done due diligence to a level that we were also not sure that we could be coming clear out of that. It's been a long process. It's been a slow process. People putting that sort of capital backing the project. It's been a rewarding journey in terms of satisfaction that okay, finally people are understanding that what we are building and how this will scale and what sort of real revenue we are bringing and solving a real problem on ground for emerging markets. So very excited. This is the second deal. Very soon, another big deal will be hopefully would be announced very soon. We are in the process of closing one more. If all goes well, we would announce it pretty soon. But yeah, so total number goes up 18,000. This means the target that we had set us for ourselves, which is essentially reaching 100,000 monthly revenue rate, actual revenue being paid by real customers for using real internet, for using real service. We have crossed that number with this 5,000 enterprise deal. The deployment will swing into action going forward, and we are pretty much on track. So very excited. Yeah.
There you go. Shlub's dropping in that sly alpha, letting you know that there's more to come. But, just to take a second to think back over the last like year and a half, just again, looking back when we started, the initial goal was 1,000 hotspots. And I remember it was a very small team back then. It was just like,
I
we just
remember Don also going, "Oh my God, guys, can we sell 1,000 hotspots?" And then after selling 1,000 hotspots, it was, "Guys, can we actually
we
connect
said
1,000
10,000. Yeah, it's been this exercise in just overachieving things consistently, right? I think the goal for season 2 was around 10,000. And just before TG we're far exceeding that. The last year has been an eye opener in so many ways, right? And just like Shub said, right, just hammering on fundamentals, project fundamentals, making sure people know about, who we are, what we are, the opportunities and things like that has really gone a long way. It's been a long process, but we're seeing those benefits, and it's exciting to see more people, putting their trust in the network, and it's just a signal
Um,
of great things to come.
Yeah, and one of the most serious point that I wanted to highlight on this is this will become clearer over time, but you can see now that individuals buying hotspots and helping build a network is now sort of one vertical of supply where people are willing to participate. On the layer zero front, the projects that we've done, the other things that we'll be announcing, you're going to see, an entirely different sort of vertical happening. And B2B and enterprise seems to be a space where, like Shub's mentioned, this is one of many deals that you're going to see. The first one that we did, we were sort of thought it would be like a one-off thing, and we are now sort of learning that no, there's quite a healthy pipeline of this thing. So I think that speaks to the robustness of the project, where supply, because you're seeing overwhelming demand from the LCOs and the size of networks and the total addressable market that's available, like Shubh showed in the table earlier. It's great to see that on the supply side as well, the sources of supply are going to be diversified and therefore have a much stronger network, where it's not, if sentiment fails for some reason just in one area, like slowdown of growth doesn't happen. So I think an underrated thing about this enterprise deal is actually that we're going to see a lot more participation from enterprises, and we're really excited about that.
Nice. Yeah, exciting days to come. I mean, just how the network has been expanding across all verticals, just seeing that layer zero concept come to life across the network has been super inspiring. So the coming weeks are going to be even more exciting with more hotspots being deployed, more hotspots being sold, and like Shubh said, some more exciting news on those front coming out over the coming weeks as well. Moving on to the next thing, what everyone has been waiting for and what everyone is very, very excited to listen to and hear about is paths to TGE. So I know a lot of you have been, asking that question, when TGE, right? And I know that a lot of you have been waiting patiently. I think the team has also done a great job in, working along with the community, getting feedback, and just kind of, helping understand, how we're moving forward. So we do recognize that, yes, things have been delayed, but they've been delayed because of good reasons, right? The last couple of months, markets haven't been great, but we've been making some great partnerships with people across the board, from exchanges to market makers, et cetera, which more information we'll be able to get into. But it's been positive outcomes, right? The sentiment is, yes, let's launch when it's a good time to launch, make sure that we're in the right place. We see the growth across the board, from deployments to sales to growth on socials and community, and more people knowing about us. All these things have been extremely crucial as we've been building to these details. So before I get into it, Karam and Shubs, do you want to talk a little bit about this, just the last couple of months, and your thoughts on this?
No, short and sweet. We've got the fundamentals right. It's taken a little time to get all the different parties in place, contracts in place, that sort of thing. We're pretty much there. We're to set expectations. We're going to walk you through every step of that way. I think Don will kick it off really soon. We have got a nice orderly fashion in which we're going to describe each one of the key pillars of the TGE and how those things are going to work. So I think everyone's excited enough to get started. So I say, Don, start talking,
Let's get into it. So yes, our launch strategy. So I'm going to dive into a bunch of details and just kind of lay out what's going to be happening over the next coming weeks. Now, we are not going to get into all the details on this call. The idea is, now we're going to start having town halls weekly or bi-weekly on different parts of the TGE, from different partners to different models to, anything that is related to TGE. We'll start having more town halls at more frequencies, diving into these subjects in more detail, and that'll give the community more time to kind of digest that information, come back with your feedback, so that we can start implementing it as we move towards TGE. Now, as we talked about before, the launch strategy is still a DEX plus SEX launch. We are looking at that launch in the next 60 to 90 days. Now, SEX details will come closer to TGE. We're looking at, say, 30 to 45 days before TGE. That's when we'll actually put out those announcements of those sexes. Now, the reason being is, since we're doing a DEX plus sex launch, there's a lot of moving parts that we need to kind of consider. So we will make sure to break down these parts as we move along. So yes, we are going to share some details today, but we're not going to be getting into everything. Like I said, we're going to have more town halls so we can get into more details as we go and get your feedback as we get into it. So I have an exciting announcement that I'm going to get into next. But before that, sorry, Karam, did you want to talk about anything before we
Yeah.
announce?
So one of the things that came out of all of these conversations with the sexes, the dexes, the market makers, and the other partners is a lot of projects faltered on. It was quite confusing for the community what expectations they should have for what things will look like when the launch is and how it is. So we figured out that the best way is what Don said, which is sort of building up to the actual launch, roughly once a week or bi-weekly. We will cover each one of the pillars of the launch and yeah, basically how that works. And that allows the community to have a really clear idea of where is the token available, who's going to be able to get it, what are the prices are going to be at, or where does it start, what are the other supporting tools in place, and that sort of thing. Just simple basics. The biggest feedback we got from everyone was don't do anything complicated. Explain to everybody one step at a time. Follow a structured approach. So that's the approach that we're taking. So Don will kick off the first pillar, I guess.
Yes, I mean, just to recap again, a structured approach, I think Karam said it perfectly. We want to make sure that all this information is out there, that there's enough time for the community to kind of digest and give their feedback as we progress to TGE. So are we set for the next, are we set for our first announcement? Shubs, I'm sorry, did you want to say something or should I get to the announcement?
Just announcement. I'm waiting for the announcement. Stop all your things. Just announce.
Okay, fine. I'll stop stalling. I'll just get to the announcement.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We have to work on the ending music to these slides.
I think you should play that again, Don. I want to see that animation of the router.
1.
Just play this on loop and let's relax for a bit.
Just play it on loop and sit back and say, finally, we have an announcement for TG. Okay, one sec. Let me just do that and that. There we go. Yes, super exciting news. Just like Shub said, if we could just play this on loop and bask in the glory of our first announcement for TGE, we would love to do that. But yes, our first announcement is our DEX partner. We are announcing that Bonk.live is our first partner that we're announcing. They will be our launch pad for our DEX launch. Now, like I said before, we're not going to be getting into too much detail now. We will be having another town hall very soon where we'll be getting into some of the mechanics, what are our thoughts and ideas behind this launch, why we are doing it. We'll talk a little bit about that right now, behind kind of the idea, the concept. Both Shubs and Karam have a lot to kind of dive in over here. But on a high level, we will be having a vault launch. And we're super excited about this, especially with the integrations that we've been having with the Bonk community. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen a lot of our interactions with the Bonk community. We're very, very excited about this. This will help broaden our outreach to a wider ecosystem from the Solana ecosystem and the broader, Web3 ecosystem as well. So Shubs and Karam, talk to us a little bit about why are we working with Bonk.live? Why is this so exciting? And maybe a hint of things to come and stuff that we're going to be talking about in the coming weeks.
Yeah. So a couple of things. So the first is we're really excited about this because one of the things that we're super grateful for is at every key partner that's been required to build out the network has been the best partner available in the world to do that thing. So, like, for example, early investors in the company have been Y Combinator. They've been Multicoin. They've been the best investors in the ecosystem. In that same way, when it comes out to the build out of the launch of the token, we want to make sure that every single partner we have as part of that process is the best at what they do. So, like, if you look at the launch, it requires a SEX, a DEX, market makers, and one or two other things. And we're going to announce each one of these in this over the next couple of weeks in a nice, organized manner. So when it comes to like launch pads, we think Bonk is the best, quite simply because I think a lot of evidence shows in Bonk.fun how they've been able to build out an entirely new ecosystem and take a ton of market share and do that sort of thing. If you're looking for the best place where all the traders are, all the attention is, and everything's happening or is moving to, at least, you couldn't find a better partner than the Bonk Launchpad for this. So we're incredibly bullish about the team. We're talking to them all of the time. We're going to have a ton of detail on that. So that's why that partner. And I'm sure for those of you that have been paying close attention to the project, you've seen us evaluate other partners as well. But we know out of hard experience what a good partner looks like, and we now have one. The second part of it is I think Don covered the point of, the great thing about Bonk is the integrations that will come, the broader exposure that will come through the bigger Bonk.fun ecosystem, and a whole bunch of other things that we'll be able to jump into details later. I guess quick fundamental of why we're choosing to have a vault, or Shubs, do you want to cover anything about Bonk and the exciting other announcements that will be coming in that direction and the work that you're doing in the background, or do you want to talk about why you need a vault and some liquidity?
Yeah, you give some alpha.
No, sure. I'll just. No, there is enough alpha for the weeks. If we give everything today, then it's going to be boring weeks coming up. So no, hold on to that. To that note, no, I just like to say the Bonk partnership is very interesting. We took our time to decide and work on this partnership. It's been going on for a while now. I think if you look at what we are building in the deepened space, it's quite boring. End of the day, what we're building is infrastructure for real world utility. Yeah. So we need to bring some fun element. We need to bring a larger audience
what we're
exposure,
building
right?
is quite boring.
if Elon had not named it a boring company already, I would have named it boring company. End of
my
the day, what
last
we are
2
building.
years, if I were to describe my last 2 years, boring is not one of the words I would use to describe the last 2 years.
Don't go by the like literally pulling fibers on the road, digging up trenches, and then installing a router that silently sits in the corner of your house. If that's not the definition of boring, what is? Like, come on, essentially, bringing some culture, bringing some fun, bringing some attention. Bonk is the best option available, and I think this partnership, if can pick up something, it has that impact which can go viral. So I think there is something over there. We don't know how it will play out, but definitely, given what we are building, a serious business, if it can get married to a platform like Bonk, which is fun and progressive in terms of bringing degens and the market attention, I think there could be something very big over there.
Yeah, on a more serious note, to say it in a more practical manner, the fundamentals of it is this. We've been incredibly disciplined with how tokens have been distributed. And so as a result, when the token does launch, there's not going to be this insane flood out of nowhere because there are just random people holding the token. It is all valuable key stakeholders. And so we're in this unbelievable position to be able to craft what we think the ideal liquidity and depth and that sort of thing that should be available when the token launches. We think this vault mechanism is the correct way to do this. And so that's why we're doing a vault, to create that initial layer of liquidity and a couple of other fun things which we'll be able to talk about soon on the deck side. You'll see us do similar really interesting things on the SEC side as well, but we think that On the deck side, this is the right place to create that level of liquidity and bring in the interest of degens and traders to kick off things in the right manner and see what the world truly thinks. So yeah, that's why we're really excited about this.
I like how Buckup is already asking the questions. Literally, the first question is, will there be a bonding curve for the launch pad? He's already diving straight into it. He's like, "Give me the details. We want to know now." But yes, we so again, just taking a step back, everyone. This is super exciting that we do have our Dex partner announced. You will see more announcements coming from Bonk.live, more from the Bonk ecosystem, just talking about, what we're doing, what we're building, and the launchpad itself. Now, to recap, we will be having more town halls on a weekly and bi-weekly basis. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, but we will be diving into these details individually. But this is an exciting time. This also, puts us on track for TGE, right? I mean, this is the first step towards having a great TG, right? A great partner like Bonk ensures that we have maximum amplification across the ecosystem. We have serious utility behind what we're building. We have a serious business model, and we're making it attractive to a broader community so more people can participate and more people can spread the Dabba love. So yes, exciting news, to come out. Um, yes, so talking about marketing prep, and this is kind of what I was, leaning into. So I'm sure many of you have seen the different experiments and activations that we've been running over the last couple of months. We've been seeing some extreme success in a lot of places, a lot of learnings in a lot of other places. The team has grown exponentially. Karan wanted to give a tour of the office and kind of show off the broader office and what it looks like. Maybe we can do it towards the end of the call when we're having a Q&A or whenever you want to do it. But the team has grown from having 4 people to now we're around 12 people on the marketing team. We have an amazing ambassador program from some great people in the ecosystem that have been helping us with the community as well. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. So it's exciting times. Over the next couple of months, the objective will be to increase our mind share, not just in the Deepin ecosystem, but in the broader Web3 ecosystem, right? You'll see a lot more partnerships, a lot more bounties, a lot more quests, a lot more things that will help us spread our kind of integrations across the ecosystem. So I know you guys have seen things like Galaxy, Zeely. You've seen some, quests that some bounties that you've seen us do with Super Team, the DY Cats, NFTs. So a lot of learnings that we've had over the next last couple of months, we have now kind of concentrated that, and we're making sure that those efforts are concentrated over the next couple of months, that everyone hears about Dabba. That's kind of the objective. So we will be increasing our partnerships. There'll be more bounties, there'll be more quests, there'll be more content, and more ways for people to participate in the ecosystem, not just on a superficial level, but also more deeper integrations. So that's an exciting thing that
Yeah.
we're looking forward to.
I mean, I want to add a thing over here is honestly, it sounds a little trite, but the best way to think about this is it's the journey and not the destination. What we've learned is you establish the fundamentals of where is the token going to be available, and you sort of do that because it takes about a week or 2 weeks of what we've seen when we introduce a concept for the whole community and everyone to sort of understand that. So if we take each one of the fundamentals that we are going to need for the TGE and talk about it to the right communities in the right way through all of the marketing effort that we've learned so far, the TGE will be really good. The marketing is the process of the TGE. The TGE is just the net result of all of that education and everything that we've done. So although this slide seems a little dense and guys, this is marketing, no. This hits the core of really what it is. So yeah, just wanted to throw that in there.
Yes, I mean it's super important. Just making sure that we're covering all these bases is definitely going to be extremely important over the coming weeks. Like we talked about before, we will be having town halls every week or bi-weekly. We want to keep them as frequent as possible, but we also don't want to overload the community with too much information. So we will find a kind of balance between that as we go. So yes, we will have more town halls that will be more focused on individual topics. We'll be talking more about, the Dex Launchpad. We'll be talking about things to come from the tech stack, from deployments, from the marketing side as well, right? We have a lot of things that we'll be getting into and talking about. So the coming weeks are going to be a lot of fun. The team has grown. We've made sure to have more engagements, like I said before, that are not superficial and not just catering to the farmers, the Galaxy farmers, but to the broader ecosystem. So you'll see a lot more of that ramping up in the coming weeks. So yes, marketing is going to be super important over the coming weeks and spreading the word. So keep your eyes out for that. Next, a couple of things that are coming soon that are very, very important. Karam, I'll hand this over to you. Let us know about some of these things that are coming soon and that are super important.
Yeah, thanks. So now that we're sort of clear that you're gonna have like the process for the TG and that sort of thing is clear, we take compliance very seriously uh, in all regulation in every way, shape, and form. Like, for example, on a network level, uh, there are certain requirements that the Indian government has with regard to this is how you store user data, this is where it needs to be stored, things along those lines, right? The same manner, every single hotspot owner, before you can claim your rewards when the TG happens, you have to go through KYC. It's a requirement. So to give you just a really quick overview of that, we'll be doing, I guess, a town hall on this also. Like it's one of the pillars. So maybe this coming week or the thing after that, we've got the KYC process up and running. Don refused to let me share screenshots with you to give you a preview. He was like, no, give it to them next week, one thing at a time. So it basically, we will be using a third party, SumSub, to go through the KYC process where you will have to verify your email. You will have to provide some ID and you will have to do a liveness check. This is a very smooth process. It literally takes less than 30 seconds. And we've built a dedicated platform for that we'll be sending you links and that sort of thing about. So the key point here is before TGE, we would strongly encourage everybody to fill out your KYC in order to claim the rewards that you have gotten so far. As a second thing, also, we're also going to start this process of once you do your KYC, a lot of so season one hotspot owners, your onboarding fees were bundled into the price of the router. Whereas for season two, there are thousands of hotspots where the onboarding fees have to be paid. So we will also be sharing a link soon where if you if you pay your onboarding fee, uh, you will get really cool perks and other things that we'll be announcing soon, which Don won't let me tell you about. I guess, Shubs, do you want to jump into a little bit of why onboarding early is important, useful to us, useful to you, useful to the network, apart from KYC?
No, of course. There are two reasons behind, of course, the reason back then was we did not have the right structure in place to accommodate the onboarding fees. Foundation was not in place back then when the season two was open. We want to make sure that we are absolutely compliant when it comes to which entity is collecting the revenue that is getting generated. So that was a cautious decision on our behalf where we were like, once we have the foundation in place, there will be an overhead. We'll have to reach out to everyone again. There will be some sort of friction, communications again have to be made about it, but we took that decision and we were like, once we are compliant, then only we're going to collect that part, which was the onboarding fees. Now that all that is sorted, the deployments are happening, the project is stable, we know what we're building, there is a product market fit achieved, we have absolute clarity in terms of the revenue that we're generating. Now is the time to onboard the users, complete the KYC, get that fees in. This revenue will help us deploy the next set of routers and make sure we are efficiently deploying and scaling the network. And at the same time, to claim the hotspot rewards, the Genesis rewards, and the mainnet rewards as well, the hotspot need to be live and deployed and claimed. And one of the part to do that is that you should have paid your onboarding fees. So it all adds up, and this is the time when you do this process to make sure that you get your Genesis points and convert it to tokens right before or on or before the TG date, so that you could you start unlocking your rewards.
Yes, super exciting to get into these details. And like Karam said, yes, we will get into more of the KYC details and the onboarding details on a dedicated call. Like I said before, the idea is to trickle this information to you, the community. Have you guys go through it, give us your feedback so that we can start implementing them, start testing, especially before TGE, to make sure that the process is smooth once we launch and we have as few hiccups as possible. So yes, exciting times ahead. So yeah, we're almost at the top of the hour. So before we close, it is Q&A time. So guys, if you have questions, Rumor, Potato Juice, or any of the
Yeah.
mods that are in there, if there are questions that the community has asked, while Karam is giving you the tour, and I'll let Karam introduce it, make
Yeah, so
sure
while
to
everyone's
ask me questions.
punching in questions and the team will grab them, I figure, hey, I don't think we've actually done a what does the Dabba office look like. So I'm going to try this without getting dizzy, because like holding a laptop, I just realized was not the smartest plan while doing this. Okay, so that's our little chai and Wi-Fi set where we shoot videos and that sort of thing. We got a nice big TV for meetings. There's a PlayStation for occasional games. And if you'd like to take a guess in the comments, who on this team plays the most amount of video games? I think the answer is going to shock you.
Oh, we should do a
Speaking of
poll.
which, that's where Shub sits. That's where I sit. That is where the software team is. Knox is over there. It's like 10 p.m. here, and people are still at work. Going over, this is where hardware and laser team sits. I don't know if you guys can see a bunch of various prototypes and product versions at different price. Different stages of development. In fact, one of the super smaller ones is here. I'm not sure how clearly you can see that, but you can see the amount of stuff that the hardware team has that they're doing all the time. On this side is the domain of Dawn, the marketing team. There's almost a dozen people on the team. This side, we've got some shelving space for various bits and bobs. That's our little lunch area, plus some more storage. Oh, this is cool. This is one of our working rooms where we've got, again, a lot of repair research and that sort of thing. Bunch of 3D printers over there, and I would actually call this a terrible fire hazard. But yeah, that is that. Got a tiny little meeting room. That's the entrance. Ooh, we have a really nice Dabba signboard, which we quite like.
Guys, that's possible to do a few.
Yeah, sorry about all the movement. I imagine people watching it now getting dizzy. Okay, I'm gonna end it. I imagine Rumor's got questions by this point, so let's do this.
All right. Yeah, Rumor, since you're here, you want to start calling out the questions?
Yeah, right. So first, Patrick wanted to know if you can share something about Starlink coming to India.
Yeah, for sure. So Starlink's coming in partnership with the two telcos. Oh, Shubes, do you want to take this? I saw your hand go. I'm here.
I was wondering why you took that answer. I know Shubs would want to
No,
tell
no,
us.
go ahead, go ahead. No, no, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, no. So the really simple thing is this: the market is so big and the requirement for internet is so high that even if all of Starlink's capacity were directed towards India, I think they tap out at a theoretical 20 or 30 million customers or something thereabouts, but still barely a drop in the ocean for the Indian market. The second thing is it's going to be more expensive, probably, and deposits, and it's better fit for rural areas. Uh, the market is so big, and the speed is not nowhere close to the kind of speeds that we offer and the price points that we offer. So we're really excited genuinely to see Starlink in the market. We're definitely going to do some interesting
Don't worry,
comparisons. I think
they're gonna be one of our bandwidth providers very soon. That's how we're going to use them. So it's a good thing. The remote locations where we don't get bandwidth, we'll have access to bandwidth. Plus, now we had Mukesh Bhai, Sunil Bhai. Now we have Elon Bhai also as our competition. So it's good to
Yeah.
be competing with them. So yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're a small player. They'll be useful as backhaul in rural areas. We're excited to see them, but they'll barely be a drop in the market, is a short answer.
Yep.
Right, next question. I think this is also for Shubs. Shrikant asked the difference between
Yeah. I
the
saw that
slide.
Velvet Doctor
Yeah.
also asked about it. Yeah. So basically, when we onboard a LCO, they have an existing base. So that's one of the mandates when we, as part of our onboarding process, we only onboard partners who have been in business for a few years because one needs to understand what it takes to roll out a network, how to maintain the customer base, how do you maintain collections, or basically you should have a control. So when we onboard a LCO, they have an existing user base that they bring onto the network. So for example, let's say LCO A might have 1,000 connections which are running today. When he comes on board, he will only bring 250 connections with us. He also want to be absolutely sure that we are, legit. The network is working. The customer service experience is better. The entire process is better. That's why they would like to move on to with us from the existing, whether they are running their solo or they are running with some other partner. So in this process, what you see the total number, the total count is what they are currently serving, the number of connections they have in total with them. The Dabba account is essentially the account which is already either activated as a greenfield deployment or a brownfield deployment under Dabba network. That's what you see in the Dabba account. And the home pass is home pass, which I explained earlier. So I hope that clears that part.
Right,
Yeah,
nice.
think of it in like concentric circles, right? Where it's test deployment, brownfield deployment, greenfield deployment.
Okay, so next question that we have is, are we still adding to our ambassador team, and is there a cookie or Kaido collab for marketing side of things? Hold on.
Yes, so ambassadors, yes, we are looking at some new ambassadors. The ambassador program has been a very, very successful program. I can see shout out to all the ambassadors. You guys have been doing an incredible job of really highlighting, different aspects of the network, engaging with the community. I'm really proud to have like some people who have really been, in deep in, right? Who are some real OGs in deep in. Now, as always, we're very selective with our ambassadors. So it is, a selection process that we'll be going through. Um, Nick will be Atlas Dragon will be taking care of that process, and he'll be reaching out to people. There'll be more announcements on that. But yes, we will be adding more ambassadors. The guy to reach out to is Atlas Dragon. He didn't join in today, but yes, you would have seen him on the Discord engaging. He's a person to talk to. Do are we looking? So what was the next half of the question, Ankur?
Are we basically looking at Kaido, Cookie, or any other platform?
We are in talks with multiple other platforms, to help boost mindshare. That is very like I talked about before. Increasing mindshare is extremely important. So over the last 6 months, we've understand deeply how to achieve that, how to track that, and how to really leverage that the way that we want. So yes, we are looking at some partnerships. It might not be specifically CookieDAO or Kaito, but there are multiple options and people that we are talking to, but on the same lines.
All right, Dark Virus wants to buy Dabba swag. When is the merch store opening?
Rumor, do you have any other questions lined up? I'm also kind of scrolling through chat.
Yes.
Guys, if
So,
you've asked questions before, just feel free to type out those or just copy and paste those questions down again. Um, it just makes it a lot easier for us instead of scrolling through the comments. We can easily just pull up your questions.
Someone
Dark
asked
ID.
Virus
about
wants to know. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just reading a question. CG net natting about someone asked about the IP addresses. IP4 is what is being used currently in the large scale deployment. Under the natting, we do natting, and for residential connections, we do not give private IPs. Sorry, public IP addresses. We don't provide dedicated IPs. For our commercial plans, one can acquire a dedicated IP address. There's a process to acquire that. So we do support for commercial plans, not for residential plans.
Nice. Rumor, you had another question that you want to bring up?
Yeah. So, Dark Virus wanted to know where can he get Dabba swag? Are we opening a merch store soon? Everyone wants
Uh,
the
Dabba
podcast.
Foundation.
Sorry, Shubs, go ahead. Please go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, no,
Yeah.
you started Double Foundation. Go for it.
Foundation would be selling those things. There is no more free swag coming anytime soon, is what I was saying. Foundation,
No,
once is in place, they will have their dedicated score. Please spend some DBT onto it, and you can buy swag.
that's right. If you want, you can see the models, the double model showing off the swag. If you want this chic black, what is it called, the polo, or if you want the yellow kurta, which seems to be very popular, look forward to see it on the Dabba store coming very soon. Yes, like Shub said, it is something we've been wanting to do. A lot of people have been asking for merch from us because they love the stuff that we've been putting out and they want to see more of it. Honestly, it's not a core priority, but it's something that we also want to do and are excited about. But we'll definitely figure something out to share soon.
All right. So, Kevin asked about can you share about data consumption? What's expected by time of TGE now that we're aiming for 18K to 20K connections? So, daily TV consumption per day since it relates to DBT burn.
We are currently at 50 terabytes of data per day consumption. That's right, Karam?
Correct.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
on-chain data
So,
on our test. Sorry, yeah, go ahead. Okay.
no, you're gonna see that sort of thing. So basically, uh, the rule of thumb is anywhere between 10 to 15 TB per thousand routers is a way to think about it. So, like right now, there are about 6,000 hotspots or so, and we're doing about 50 TB a day. You'll see that sort of linearly grow with, like, let's say, a bonus of 20% on top because you generally have a fairly sort of power law curve as you onboard more and more users. You get more and more power users, and therefore it doesn't just grow linearly, it also sort of accelerates upward. So I'd say anything close to 2 to 300 TB per day is sort of what you're going to see by the time we get towards the TG. They're about 18 to 20K hotspots ish.
Yeah, and that's a lot of data being consumed. Uh, I mean, it's going to be super exciting because at that point, we will be, I would say, the highest data consuming deep in project out there.
Oh, yeah, I think by a mile and a half it'll happen. Yeah, without a doubt.
Nice, nice. Um,
Yes, there
Sheep.
would be staking rewards. We are going to be introducing that is going to be one dedicated town hall that would be coming up very soon. Don and team will be announcing the details about it. But yeah, staking has been it's been getting designed as we speak, and the details would be shared with you all very soon.
Nice. Yes, we will have town halls to get into all of these details one by one. Shrikant asked again any tentative date for TGE. So again, what we're looking at is within the next 60 to 90 days. And I saw another person who was asking about sex details and potato juice answered, so we're good on that. JM says my XL hoodie fit like a medium. Yes, welcome to Indian sizes. So that's a problem that we've seen across the board. Uh, we'll just make sure to get bigger hoodies next time. Let me see. Ooh, Nick asked an interesting question, and this kind of comes from the data room. Can you share the revenue for a single hotspot? Monthly rental, cost, B data used, any other extras? Is Shoops frozen?
That's a Shubhendu question for sure. Shoot.
Sorry, what's the question? I didn't
Um,
hear.
so can you share the revenue for a single hotspot,
Okay,
monthly
Nick.
rental?
Okay, got it. Okay. Okay, so our current average revenue per hotspot stands at $7. We upsell to the customers. We do sell data packs. We do upsell on the router level, entertainment OTT pack, which is a bundle of your content packs, Netflix, Amazon, and stuff like that. And the other we also sell on top of it is live TV, essentially IPTV getting sold on top of it. So then we have camera feeds, a bunch of other revenue generation with the current customer base that we have. In short, the average revenue stands at $7. That's what each hotspot generates. This is going to go up as both from the consumption side as well as the content packs that we sell on top of it. Data use stands roughly around 280 GB of data on an average gets consumed on an average per router per month. That's where we currently stand, and yeah, I think that is the cost structure and the usage metrics.
Yeah. Yeah, I think an interesting trend over there to see, and I'm sure we'll start sharing a lot more of these details of the kind of plans that that the LCOs are kind of selling. And what Shub's talked about, which I find super interesting, is people are not just buying internet services anymore, right? They want more because they want to consume more data, and they want to consume more data in different forms, whether it's TV or browsing, or different types of devices that connect to the internet. These are things that more and more people want. And once they get the taste of data and that it's accessible, and now they can see, oh, there's so many other things that I can attach to this. It's super exciting because that also boosts the amount of data consumption per user. So that's going to be a very exciting metric to see grow with the network as well. I'm just looking through to see if we have any other
That was an
questions.
interesting one. Nick said, my home internet does 0.5 TB a day. Wow, that is pretty amazing. Yeah, you're definitely in the power user. I think we're averaging about 300, 350 gigs per hotspot per month, like roughly is what's happening here. But that seems to be growing like literally 5 to 10% month on month. Like this 300, people are going to start hitting Nick's level of consumption, I think, by early next year at the rate that we're going.
1.7 TB, like that. You're just streaming everything at 4K at this moment. G Maverick had a nice question. Are there any other DPINs besides WeatherXM currently planning to use the pipeline to integrate with Dabba network?
Yes, short answer.
Yep,
Announcements coming
short
very
answer
soon.
is yes. Announcement coming soon.
Okay. I'm scrolling through. Rumor, do you have any other questions that you would like to call up? I also see Potato Juice calling out some questions. Du-du-du-du. Okay, we have a new
Well, I
question
love
from
Mighty
Melvin.
Buddha bringing the philosophy in. Dabba will
Yeah.
100% fall under Jevons paradox. The more we're efficient with the resource, it actually increases the amount of consumed resource. Yeah, sure, Malthusian view, why not go for it? But we're way more efficient and we're closer than we are to the floor than we are to the ceiling. People will consume more and more amounts of data, but the ability to generate that data and transfer that data is currently way higher and the capacity is way higher. Um, this is one of those Kardashev civilization type problems. So don't worry about it. We're definitely going to be able to supply this demand so long as we all work together.
Du- 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 du. Roberto has a question. As a hotspot owner, how much DBT rewards are we expected to split with the LCO? I see Buckup has already answered that in chat. Ra-da-da-da-da. All right, I think those are all the questions for today. We have crossed the hour as usual. We never stick to the 1 hour call. But yes, thanks everyone who joined in. It is super exciting to be on this final path towards TGE. We're hoping to have announcements early next week. Aiming to have another town hall closer to end of next week if possible to get into some more details. And we'll start putting together timelines of the different town halls and the different subjects that we'll be talking about more in depth. Like I said before, we're now on this path. We have our DEX partner locked in, and we will have our sex partners announced shortly. It's exciting days to come, and we look forward to everyone's feedback and their, just getting the network out there. So thanks again, everyone, for your support. I know this town hall has been a long time coming, and I really do appreciate everyone's patience and just sticking with us, the ambassadors for helping out with answering everyone's questions and really diving into all the content. So yes, please look forward to socials. Like we said before, this is a recorded call. We will be posting it within the next 24 to 48 hours with a synopsis of what was covered in this call. So yeah, let's go. It's going to be an exciting couple of months. It's going to be a lot of late nights for all of us here, but we are extremely excited and looking forward to it. Karam and Shubs, any closing thoughts before we close out Town Hall number 14?
Yeah, I think this was great. We've announced the first pillar of a successful TGE, which is a good DEX partner and launchpad, where please tune in to learn about the other pillars and the details as well. We couldn't be more excited. We could not do all of this without everybody and all of you together. So we're grateful as always. And as you can see, we're really excited to continue building. So thank you for tuning in. And I look forward to the next one. I'm also excited to talk about the details of the things that are coming up.
Thank you for joining, everyone. Time to get back to my FIFA game. See you next time.
All right, everyone. Have a good night. Stay safe, stay happy, and we'll see you all in the next town hall. Bye bye.